We are a river city, a bold city, the First Coast, a place to create and to belong. Here, the sun shines a little brighter, and so do the people. We share a love for our region, a pride for JAX, and a passion for the beautiful game, dedicated to giving everyone a sporting chance. Together, we will elevate soccer and sport in our community by lifting every voice. We are Sporting Club Jacksonville. We are Sporting JAX.
Hello and welcome into the Sporting JAX Report. I'm Cole Pemper. Coming up, how the U.S. men's national team is changing the narrative at the Gold Cup. Messi and company advance in the Club World Championships. And 4 more players are joining Sporting JAX for the inaugural season. But let's start with a big announcement made earlier this week by the club. 2 massive preseason friendlies. This week, Sporting JAX announced that 2 UK teams will come to Jacksonville as part of the International Women's Soccer Series presented by Visit Jacksonville, and both bring a lot of excitement with them. First, on August the 2nd, Sporting JAX will welcome Hibernian FC to Hodges Stadium. Hibs just won the Scottish Women's Premier League title for the first time in 18 years, and there is a Jacksonville connection. The late Ron Gordon was an early investor in Sporting JAX and was the chairman of Hibs before passing away in 2023. The game will be dedicated to Gordon's memory and his family. Then 8 days later, on Sunday, August 10th, Wrexham comes to Jacksonville. The club has gained worldwide popularity since being purchased by Hollywood stars Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. The men's team has gained promotion 3 straight years, while the women's team will make a second visit to America in as many summers. Last year they played before more than 10,000 fans in Portland. Should be a great start to the first season of Sporting JAX soccer.
We want to play a competitive schedule and we want to make sure that we are prepared for the upcoming season. So I think that it's really important for us to challenge ourselves against some high competition. Hibs is going to be a really interesting game. Obviously, they are the champions of the Scottish League, so we're going to be playing the best team out of Scotland. Wrexham is going to be interesting just because of, you know, the publicity behind it. And they came over last year, and I think that they got a little bit of a taste of what American soccer was like and how competitive it is over here. So I think they'll be more prepared coming into this game against us.
We've already seen strong demand for tickets. I should mention that if you are a season ticket holder, you already have tickets for these 2 preseason games. If you're not yet a season ticket holder, you can save with our 2-game Euro pack. Tickets for both matches at the lowest rate for single games. If you buy them both together, go to sportingjax.com/Europack or call 904-863-KICK. The Sporting JAX roster continues to grow. This week, 4 more players were introduced as part of the inaugural squad. All 4 of them coming off impressive college soccer careers. Bailey DeSmit was a 2-time Conference Player of the Year at Loyola, Maryland, tied for the league lead in goals and game-winning goals, and was named as the 19th best player and 5th best forward in the country by Top Drawer Soccer. She also won the Golden Boot Award in the USLW League in 2023. She'll be expected to play a role in Sporting JAX's attack. Midfielder Jessie Hunt is a Minnesota native, started her career at the University of Wisconsin and then transferred to Northeastern, where she proceeded to set the single season and career assist records for the school. She's an attack-minded midfielder who can provide a creative spark for the team. Goalkeeper Jamie Gerstenberg is originally from Germany and has represented her country on the youth level. At the University of Indiana, Gerstenberg was named the Big Ten Goalkeeper of the Year as a junior when she broke the school's single-season shutouts record with 10 clean sheets. In her career, she was in goal for 28 victories and 30 shutouts. And finally, a signing from close to home. Andrea Fernandez was a goal-scoring machine at Flagler. In 77 games, 74 goals scored while adding 45 assists. She was named the D2 National Player of the Year and a first-team All-American as a senior in 2024 when she led the nation in goals per match and total points. She led Flagler in assists every season of her college career. All 4 of these players will have a chance to put their stamp on the first season for Sporting JAX. More news from the team as well. Sporting JAX signee Ashlyn Puerta has been called up to the U.S. U18 training camp. Puerta is one of 2 USL Super League players on the roster. There are also 3 NWSL players and players from 9 different colleges. The team is training along with the U.S. U19 squad in Fayetteville, Georgia, as part of the Federation's U.S. Way philosophy. It's created to promote more opportunities for young players to advance through the pathway and one day perhaps earn a spot on the U.S. women's national team roster. It's time now for our USL Championship Game of the Week. We're not quite to the halfway point of the season, but we're already seeing some teams separate themselves from the rest of the Eastern Conference. Louisville City, for instance, riding high heading into this week's game, 9 wins and 4 draws in their 13 matches. That means that Louisville City had not been defeated in league play this year. North Carolina FC, by the way, having a strong season on their own. Just 2 years after moving back into the championship, NCFC was in playoff position, and a win over the top team in the East would be a huge feather in their cap. To Wake Med Soccer Park we go, where Danny Cruz, hoping to keep his team without a defeat and stay atop the conference standings. It was even most of the first half until the final minute of regulation time. Michael Maldonado takes the free kick from a wide position, floats it perfectly, and Finn Sundstrom nods it in for his first goal for North Carolina to give the home team the 1-0 lead. Now into the second half. Lou City on a corner. Ray Serrano to Philip Goodrum, who gets ahead to it, and somehow it gets through. On his birthday, Goodrum ties it up 1-1. 66th minute. Corner now for North Carolina. Louis Perez with the corner. Adam Luckhurst rises over a defender and redirects it underneath the bar. North Carolina leads it 2-1. Final minute of regulation. Jake Morris with a cross for Louisville. Aiden McFadden heads it. Then Goodrum gets a foot to it. Finally, Kevon Lambert a shot. Saved by North Carolina goalkeeper Jake McGuire. That was Lou City's last best chance. And North Carolina holds on for a 2-1 victory, giving Lou City their first defeat of the season. What a game. We welcome in Mauricio Ruiz now. Mau, this is an example once again of some great competition in the USL Championship, but also really tells a lot about the ongoing example of Lou City's success as a club.
You're absolutely right. I mean, there's no such thing as overnight success. So if you're just catching on to the USL Championship now and you see Lou City here in 2025, undefeated, 14 games in and getting their first loss, you might wonder why, but just take a quick look at their history. I mean, they're a team that I think last year was the first time that they did not make the final, the Final Four, going to semifinals. But in their really short history, they've been the most consistently successful team in the league. Getting to finals, winning championships. So this is just an extension, like you said, Cole, of a really well-run organization. Certainly on the men's side, I know they have. They're racing on the NWSL as well on the women's side, but on the men's side, they've been striking on all cylinders. And yeah, it's no surprise, but I'll tell you what, North Carolina took it to them. Probably one of the biggest surprises as well, and well-deserving. It was a back and forth game, but what a game by North Carolina FC.
All right, let's now take a look at the standings in the USL Championship. In the Western Conference, New Mexico United and El Paso continue to be 1-2, but FC Tulsa, unbeaten in their last 5, have crawled up to 3rd place in the table. Also keep an eye out for what's happening with Las Vegas Lights. After a bit of a rough start, last year's finalists have won their last 2 matches. They're back into the top 8. Those top 8 will make it into the postseason once everything is said and done. Most teams have played 13, 14, 15 games, still have a long way to go in the season. In the Eastern Conference, despite the loss, Lou City remains on top. They were able to bounce back midweek as well and get a victory. So it's Lou City, then Charleston Battery 1-2. North Carolina FC now with 4 wins in their last 5. Watch out for North Carolina. They're starting to find themselves a little bit and certainly have been able to crawl their way up toward the bottom of the table. You see Tampa Bay Rowdies got a win to get off the bottom of the table. And Miami FC trying to get some level of consistency. The other Florida team now 7th in the Eastern Conference standings. We'll be keeping an eye on how the Florida teams and everybody progresses through the USL Championship season. The USLW League regular season is now complete for Sporting JAX, and the women have finished the campaign atop the table. We've been following the W League team for a documentary series called A Sporting Chance that debuts on the Sporting JAX YouTube channel. In fact, did this week. Here's a little sneak peek of what you could expect from A Sporting Chance.
We want Jacksonville, North Florida, and our surrounding counties to be known as the soccer capital of the USA.
It's a developmental league for players that are in the in-between stage, coming out of club, into college, out of college, into the pros. So it's almost like the reserve teams for the pros. That's what it's becoming, which is great. That's the model around the world. So it's a big opportunity, a big stepping stone for aspiring players that want to play in the pros.
Make sure we're closing down, make sure we're cutting lanes off. No one's got time and space, all right? Everyone's closed it down, shift the ball, break pressure. Any questions? And play, any goals?
It up. So every now and then, if you see it's on clear,
In the bigger ball for you.
you don't see it, don't do it.
Good job. 4 players blowing, yeah? Let's go. Come on, 11, come on. Come on.
Looking forward to more episodes in the future. Just make sure to go to the Sporting Jacks YouTube channel and subscribe. Season tickets for Sporting Jacks' inaugural season in the USL Super League start at $10 per game for students. You get the chance to upgrade to field seats, premium seats, reserve seats, club seats, you name it. And you can pay for your tickets with an interest-free installment plan. Get all the benefits of season ticket ownership from your first payment. Be a part of the first professional women's team in Jacksonville. Go to sportingjacks.com or call 904-863-KICK to join the movement. Still to come, Becky Burley joins us with her reaction to the upcoming international friendlies. That's next as the Sporting Jacks report rolls on. We have some nationally televised games coming up for the USL Championship on July the 2nd. Birmingham Legion hosts the Charleston Battery in an Eastern Conference matchup. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff on CBS Sports Network. Then on Independence Day, the defending champion Colorado Springs Switchbacks host Lou City. That's a 9 p.m. kickoff, also on CBS Sports Network. And we now welcome in Becky Burley. Let's start with the reaction to the preseason matchups here, Becky. Big announcements against Hibs and Wrexham. What are you thinking?
Super exciting. You know, Hibs is going to be great competition because when you're in the preseason, the one thing you want to do is figure out where your weaknesses are. And you want to really get exposed so that you can deal with those prior to the regular season starting. So I'm excited because that's a quality team and a quality opponent that's going to really push everybody. Wrexham, I think, is a little bit different in the sense of just the name recognition and, you know, what's happened at Wrexham on the men's side. That's so exciting. And I just think that's going to create a groundswell of excitement for people to come out and see both JAX and Wrexham in that match.
All right, let's talk about the players who are announced as signing with the team this week. One of the common themes is players with a lot of college experience. It really seems like the club is looking for players with high floors and a chance then to hit a high ceiling.
Yeah, I like that concept a lot. I mean, I think what we've done in terms of roster building has been impressive because, first of all, when you're trying to start a team from scratch, man, that is an undertaking. And to me, the efficiency and the quality that JAX has gotten has been very, very impressive. And I know there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to make that happen. But man, it's a great start to what's going to be a very exciting season.
Also, as we mentioned earlier, Ashlyn Puerta was called into the U.S. U18 squad. She's one of 5 professionals on the team. What a great opportunity for her to advance her career.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You know, when you get into that environment, it's very different than what most players have experienced in their clubs. And it really tests you both physically and mentally. And I think that experience that she brings back is going to pay dividends.
She's going to be in there with a lot of players who, again, she started her college career at Florida State last year before signing pro. A lot of college players, some NWSL players as well here. And so the opportunity there is, as you mentioned, really is as a litmus test for where you are in the development as a player.
Yeah, and it's a new environment for most players at that stage. And the higher you go in those age group national teams, the more competitive it gets. And like you said, when you've got some NWSL players in there that have had, experience playing against 30-year-olds versus just playing in your own age group, that's a whole different part of it too. So I'm excited for her. I think that's a very exciting step for her.
Becky, thank you. You can make your plans to join us for the final watch party of the summer. We'll be at Colhane's Irish Pub in Tinseltown for the U.S. women's national team against Ireland tomorrow. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, but get there early. We'll have prizes and giveaways, and we'll catch up with the top-ranked women's national team. See them in action. We will see you there tomorrow. Group tickets are on sale now for the Sporting JAX inaugural season. Groups of 10 or more can enjoy the best price for single-game tickets. Gather your friends, family, and co-workers to enjoy a night at Sporting JAX. General admission for group tickets are just $22 per seat. Club seats only $39 per seat. Go to 904-863-KICK or log on to sportingjax.com to order your group tickets for pro soccer in Jacksonville. Still to come, our youth soccer spotlight, how some of the youngest players in our area are learning the game. Might be the cutest thing you see all weekend. That's next. The inaugural Sporting JAX kit has been unveiled, and now you can order your own. Use the QR code on your screen to order your official Sporting JAX shirt. You can also go to sportingjax.com to buy other official team merchandise. It is time now for the Youth Soccer Spotlight presented by the Bearded Pig Barbecues. We welcome in Emerson Burris. This week, Emerson, got a chance to go camping.
I did go camping and I had the absolute best time. Whether it's chasing popsicles or Premier League dreams, kids in Jacksonville are lacing up their cleats this summer. Camps across the area are in full swing and full of energy.
I need everybody to grab a soccer ball.
At Jacksonville University's Southern Oaks Stadium, soccer is more than just a game. It's a summer tradition. From ages 4 to 13, kids are sprinting, smiling, and learning from JU's coaching staff. That includes JU women's head coach Ryan Moon, who's not just leading the camp.
He helps me learn how to play soccer. It's like my favorite thing to see him play soccer and teach me.
Moon says this camp is all about building the basics and a love for the game.
I mean, it just starts the love of the game. They get so many touches on the ball. I mean, we have kids of all skill levels, all ages, like we said, and it just gets them kicking a ball, playing, laughing, having fun.
Each session runs Monday to Thursday from 9 to 3, with early and late care options to help busy families. And the goal? Play as much soccer as possible, and maybe eat a few popsicles along the way.
So my favorite part about soccer is me having popsicles. Looking forward to like playing coaches versus campers. I just don't know if there's anything better than soccer and baseball. I like to kick the ball.
For Irish goalkeeper coach Michael Garahy, it's all about fun first, skills second.
Just like that, yeah, like I said, have fun. Yeah, a lot of the time you can take life and everything kind of too seriously, and like that, this is a game to be enjoyed and just to go and play and enjoy like that, kicking a ball around with your friends. So that's kind of the biggest thing.
I like sharks and minnows, and soccer camp is fun but long. I think my favorite soccer team is either Liverpool or England.
And while these players may not be in the Premier League just yet, their summer starts right here.
JU has 2 more sessions in July and spots are still open. You can find more info on times, pricing, and registration on their athletics website.
We should point out, by the way, that one of those girls you just saw, Ryan Moon's daughter, as a girl dad, to hear a daughter say, my favorite thing is see my dad do what he does for a living, that is fantastic. Thank you, Emerson. All right, for more on Sporting JAX in the world of soccer, join Mark Warburton, Stacey Balaam, and me every Tuesday night at 6 on 1010XL. It's the Coaches Show presented by Sporting JAX. You can listen on air at 1010 a.m. or online or on demand at 1010XL.com. And be sure to join Mauricio, Becky, and me every Thursday night at 6 for the Sporting JAX Soccer Hour. We cover the entire soccer world, including Sporting JAX and the USL, Thursday nights at 6 on AM 930 Fox Sports Radio Jacksonville or the iHeart app. Still to come, Mauricio Ruiz rejoins us to size up the U.S. men's national team in the Gold Cup. That's next, as the Sporting JAX Report continues. You can watch the Sporting Jacks Report every weekend on the stations of First Coast News. Move around a little bit here in the offseason from the Premier League, but this weekend, 12:30, next weekend, noon on NBC 12 WTLV. All right, let's welcome in Mauricio Ruiz again here. Mal, let's talk about the Gold Cup. The U.S. faces Costa Rica in the knockout round. What does it mean for the U.S. to have gotten through the group stage unscathed?
Yeah, we can't really, complain on both sides here, right? Like either we want results or we want performance. Obviously, ideally, we want both and we want to win stylistically. But there's a process to get to that place. And I think getting the results builds confidence. A tight win against Saudi Arabia, a good opponent, a short win against Haiti, a club, a country that's been on the rise last several years. There are no easy games in world football today, so getting the result is super important. What I do like about the way that they're going about, Cole, is that there's some consistency in what Pochettino is doing with the team. A few tweaks here and there from a lineup standpoint, giving people opportunities without having a wholesale change. Sometimes we see that where 4 or 5 players change in the lineup. Will be interesting to see kind of coming up in the Costa Rica game how he utilizes the roster.
All right, Mal, thanks. Good stuff. Before we go, we want to take a look at the new field being put in at Hodges Stadium in advance of Sporting Jacks' inaugural season. The field was stripped down, new drainage was added, the field is being laser leveled, and new grass is going in, as you can see, just in time for the first ever game against Hibs on August the 2nd. And the countdown is on to training camp, the first training camp for Sporting Jacks women in history, just 9 days away. The preseason home opener against Hibs is 35 days away, and it's 56 days until the kickoff of the Gainbridge Super League. By the time we rejoin you next week, training camp will almost be here. There's no doubt things are getting real for Sporting Jacks. If you want to keep up to date on everything that's going on with Sporting Jacks, be sure to follow us on social media. We are on X and Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Just search Sporting Jacks or Sporting_Jacks, depending on the platform. And you can follow us for all the very latest on what's going on behind the scenes with the club, for what's going on as the players begin arriving, as they will do this month and next, and getting ready to see the first ever women's professional team take the field when the Sporting Jacks debut comes against Hibs at Hodges Stadium at UNF. We are getting right down to it. It is just around the corner, and we're going to see a momentous and historic moment in Jacksonville sports history coming very, very soon. For Mauricio Ruiz, Becky Burley, and Emerson Burris, I'm Cole Pepper. Thanks so much for tuning in and following along right here on the Sporting Jacks Report. We'll see you next week.